What is up, everybody? Unplanned live stream. Whew, so much to pray for. So much to pray for. Happy Monday to you guys. I'm exhausted. I had to do some trainings today. I'm just my eyeballs feel like they're gonna fall out. But I was looking at some of the coverage about the Category 5 hurricane that's hitting Florida. And I think it's interesting because didn't Hurricane Helene just go through Florida as well? It just seems like Florida is just getting the business. And I want to go ahead and pray for, people who are getting hit by these extreme waves of weather. Um, you know what I did? I've never gone through a hurricane before in my life. And, I don't understand what a person who lives in areas like that would go through. So the closest that I can do is just look at videos of what a Category 5 hurricane looks like. That gives me just an idea of what these people are going through. And this is terrible. I mean, I saw a video where you got winds so powerful they're just tearing off roofs. I mean that is insane to me. And you think about people who live in older homes. Like if some people, the parents, they want to live in a house forever. They get to a point where they don't really put in a lot of maintenance to it, so the thing is just passing away, but that is just to say that you know, um, I'm doing a live stream right now, you guys. So can you chill out? Jeez, these kids so rude. But I looked at this video. I mean, and you got roofs being torn apart. You got houses just being mangled as this wind is going through. And you look at these people who have older homes. You know, they get old, they're on a fixed income, they can't be repairing it all the damn time, right? I feel bad for these people. I feel really, really bad for these people. I mean, a lot of these people, the government, I mean, I don't know what to say about our government. I really don't. I mean, because you would think that stuff like this happens so much in places like Florida that they just be ready, set, go. You said, why you hate people? I'm sorry that you hate people, but I try to love folks. It's better to love folks. You get closer to God that way, you get better blessings. But hey, you do what you want. But I feel bad for these people. I really do feel bad for these people. And I saw a video that was circulating, and it repulsed me. It repulsed me because it was the image of two black looking people who were trying to make a narrative about this being, oh, it's the Sun Belt or some whatever they were saying that these people, this is an act of God against these people, right? And then they turned around when they realized that some black areas, oh, no, I can't stand ignorance of all kinds, okay? When I say that I abhor ignorant people, I'm very indiscriminate about that. I don't care if you look like me, even if you're a foundational Black American. If you're ignorant, you're ignorant, right? These are natural disasters. And I don't think anybody should be weaponizing these to fit their social or political narrative. People are being devastated. People will likely die. People will likely die. When you see 160 miles per hour winds, that's a recipe for much disaster and much casualty. And so for people to be, creating social narratives or political narratives about this to justify why some people deserve something like this, a natural disaster, you belong to your father, the devil. Okay? I say this about anybody, right? I don't care what you look like. You belong to your father, the devil, if you are making narratives that somehow these people deserve what they're getting because they happen to be a racial construct. You're a wicked ass person, and we will pray for your soul. But I was looking at this category 5 hurricane business, and I'm like, wow. But this guy, you got to have your conspiracy theorists, right? I guess he lives in the Florida area, and he's one of these tracker prepper dudes, right? And he's kind of creating this narrative that he feels like these hurricanes are might not be so natural, right? And so he puts this video on, and it's a video that was, I guess, put out by the BBC. And I can't even explain what I'm looking at.
The most amazing thing is that cloud up there, which
Wait, I'm going to go back. So this guy is talking about how amazing it is that the U.S. government can create rain clouds.
That gave Florida continuous cloud cover. These billionaires are phenomenal, wealthy. But here's the cloud makers, and this is nothing.
So this is a cloud maker I'm looking at, and you can check out BBC, and it's just spewing out what looks like a bunch of smoke.
Now, the most amazing thing is that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you. It's raining.
So he's just all excited. He's like, I told you guys it's raining, right? And I'm not saying, we know that hurricanes happen all the time. We know these natural disasters. Sometimes we have acts of God, but we do got a government that's out here making rain clouds. We do got a government that's out here making rain clouds. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just saying, peace must reign in the world. Amen. Amen. But the devil is a liar, y'all. The devil is a liar. Our government is out here. This dude is just...
That's unbelievable.
He's just so excited.
NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
He said that's this playing God. He was like, this is a rain cloud.
Oh, NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
So I did want to... It's making its own weather. So... it's interesting what our government can do, is it not? Right? You know, it's just very, very interesting to me. So I'm looking at this category 5, and I'm like, you know, I know this is hurricane season for Florida. I know it's hurricane season for Florida, or this is what they say. I'm not from Florida. I'm from the Midwest. You know, we deal with tornadoes, right? We deal with tornadoes out here in the Midwest, and they can do some damages too, right? But I never went through a hurricane. But I think it's just interesting that these areas in Florida are getting hit. I want peace in the world. I do too. I do too, brother or sister. We really need it. We really need it. Is your name Vladimir Putin? Like the fries and the gravies? You play too much. You play too much. Vladimir Putin. What's going? Good morning. It's nighttime here. Where you at? Russia? Hello from Utah. What's up, Utah? You know, we're just talking about this hurricane hitting Florida. I feel bad for these people. I pray for these people. I pray for every single human being of all fleshly colors and denomination. It's a lot going on in this world, y'all. It's a lot to pray for people about. We can never be too comfortable. I live by that code. We can never be too comfortable, right? Because between our wicked ass government, we got natural disasters, and then we got human inclination. We can never be too comfortable, y'all. We can't. We cannot. So, you know, we just got to keep our prayers up for our brothers and sisters out there who are going through it. I mean, again, if you ever never been through a hurricane, just go look at some of these videos of these category 5 so you can kind of understand what these people are going through. Right? This is terrible. I mean, and the one thing I will tell y'all, please, if you're going to give out money, right, make sure that it is a trusted organization, because the wicked comes out during these times and they will just sit there and take advantage of people, scamming people in the name of helping these folks, but they're really helping themselves. Right? So just vet these organizations that you're just throwing your money to. I know you want to be helpful, right? But do a little vetting, right? Because some of these folks ain't right. All right. So, but if you are inclined, we do got to help these folks out. I'm looking for a reputable fund to support so that we can get these people some money, and from my household, from my family to theirs, because this is sad. This is sad. And the saddest thing I heard from a guy, and this man was in tears almost. He was just like, you guys, we got to rely on each other. They're not going to come to help us. Can you imagine being American and feeling like so neglected by your government? This man was in tears that he was convinced they weren't coming to help him. That like, basically it's just us guys. This is where Americans are on so many levels when it comes to this government. Like it's just us, and this is sad. We're sending all this money overseas, all this money overseas. But when it comes to our own people, you always take care of home first. You always take care of home first. And it doesn't feel like America is taking care of home first. Some of those Helene people, they are saying, because Corinne Jean-Pierre got on a microphone, it's like, there's a lot of misinformation and they're lying to people, and we gave them $750 just as a starter, just so that they can get groceries. And I'm thinking to myself, where are they going to buy groceries? Like, I mean, they've been devastated. Y'all should be bringing in groceries. You should be bringing in water. Some of these places, they were so devastated that people don't have access to clean water. You can go without food, but you need clean water. You can't go that long without clean water. A lot of these people don't have clean water. And, I think it is notable after Helene. I don't know if Trump be like, I know they asses ain't gonna go out there, so let's just go out there and show face, because Trump sure did beat them out there again. He beat them out to East Palestine, Ohio. Trump beat them out to Helene, and I bet you Trump is gonna beat them out to Milton. This is crazy, It's crazy. And Trump wasn't even an elected official when he was doing all that. That's a damn shame. This government don't care about you guys. Thank you so much. You like my shirt? This is actually a dress. I gotta dress nice when I go to work, y'all. But yeah, I feel so bad for these people. Keep these people in your prayer, because you're talking about elderly people. Like when I saw the video footage of the category 5, I automatically thought about those fixed income elderly people whose homes are not structurally sound to deal with stuff like that, right? Some old folks, you get to a point where you start tossing up that retirement money. It's like, do I fix this house, or am I going to be living for another year? And some people have homes that are compromised. So we're hoping that these people got I don't even know, because I was looking at another video, and this guy is talking about how a lot of insurance companies are not even insuring these types of damages anymore. I'm like, what? Like, there should, in a place like Florida, there should always be an insurance option for stuff like this. I don't understand it. If you think for 1 second that these disasters are natural, there is no hope for you. Honey, you just chimed in late. You just missed the whole conversation about rain clouds. Did this person not just miss the whole conversation about rain clouds and the government making them? You got to catch on. Catch up. Catch up. Y'all just be coming up here and spouting stuff. No, I don't think that. I just shared a video about the government making rain clouds. Here, let me play it for you again. You're
These
new.
billionaires are phenomenal. Well,
I'll play it for you again.
But here's the cloud makers. And this is nothing clean about this. That is a lie.
And this was on the BBC.
The most amazing thing is that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time...
And you know what? My sister and I, we were saying, like, do the clouds look the same to you these days? And I'm like, some of the clouds look fake.
Is going to get wet washing. It will actually
now
rain.
We know that some of them are.
It's raining!
So he's just amazed. He was like, oh my God, this cloud just created rain. So yes, honey, we just had a whole conversation about this weather not being as natural as we think it is. So good call, but we already talked about it. But this is crazy though. And I'm not going to say that the government is inducing these storms in Florida, right? But they can't make big ass rain clouds as this dude is showing us on BBC. And he is just fascinated. I don't even think he understands the danger in what they are doing. You are playing with God when you are playing with nature. You are playing with the Lord. If you ever read the book of Enoch, right? And I've read the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch was suppressed for a couple of reasons. You can get off my live stream if you're going to be offended by what I'm saying, but the book of Enoch is the original book of Genesis. The book of Genesis is a bag of garbage that these wicked clergy people threw to folks, but Enoch has the full account of the Genesis, all right? But when you read the book of Enoch, Enoch tells us, kind of everything we need to know because he kind of digs into the fleshly and spiritual sons, right? But one of the things he tells us about our spiritual brothers is that they have assignments, right? That they are actually angels assigned to the divine balance of this earth. Every single element from the winds, he goes into great detail about the angels that were assigned to the different elements of the earth. Now, if you're not a biblical type of person or you're not into the ancient text, this may be above your head. But my position is that when the government, which is really a machine of Satan, is playing with the weather, they are playing with God. And when you play with God, the only thing that can happen on this earth is devastation. And what really kind of perplexes me is these are the same people who will talk about climate change, climate change, climate change, and y'all asses got whole machines that changes the climate. I mean, they're making rain clouds. They're making rain clouds in these governments, and the U.S. government isn't the only one. I believe there's 150 different weather programs across the globe, right? So these people are talking about climate change, and all the while they actually do have the capability to modify or manipulate the climate. It's crazy. So how's that foundational Black American working in Chicago? Wouldn't really know because I'm not from there. Enoch is such a trip. They were even assigned to the stars. Absolutely, Enoch. I'm telling you, once you read the book of Enoch, I'm gonna throw the book of Genesis right out of my Bible because we know them apostates did that to us, just lying to us, so that we wouldn't understand the balance between the earthly and the spiritual sons. So, anyways, yes, they're the ones who are making the hurricanes. I'm telling you, a lot of people are not believing just Florida just getting hit like this, just back to back to back. And I mean, apparently, and see, I don't know. Let me see if I can actually turn my camera. This is the first time I've done excuse my let me wipe off. Let me see if I can turn this so you can see what this guy is doing. I hope this doesn't interrupt the live stream. Oh no, I don't want you to see my email. It just went away. Let me see if I can flip this. Can I flip it? All right, look at this. This is the weather machine.
There's nothing clean about this.
So check it out. This is what.
Now, the most amazing thing is that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time,
so you guys see that?
Is going to get watching
they made rain clouds. Sorry, my laptop is dirty. I gotta clean it. But did you guys see that? Like, I mean, they're making rain clouds. So when people are talking about the government can't manipulate the weather,
so I did want to
BS. And I want you guys to check out Brush Junkie. She is very deep in these investigations. She does wildfires. She covered the Maui event. She covered East Palestine. She's very thorough about some of these natural disasters. It's called Brush Junkie channel on YouTube. That's BRUSHJUNKIE. She covers all natural disasters. So if you're one of those people who go down the rabbit holes like this would be a really good channel for you. I'm giving this sister her flowers. And I say sister, she's Asian, but my good people are my good people. Y'all my sisters and brothers. The good people are my sisters and brothers, no matter what you look like, right? The wicked ones are the ones we reject, right? You are not my brother or sister because you belong to the devil. But she has a really good channel, and I follow her because, again, I'm curious, man. I'm curious about how and why some of this stuff. I bet a lot of people didn't know that the world as a whole, you can do your research, majority of the earthquakes happened in the 19th and 20th century. Majority of them. Look at the history of all the earthquakes. You're going to notice an absolute uptick of those between the 19th and 20th century, right? So while they got us looking at Despicable Me and they got us looking at Gru making cloud machines, right? This is just subliminals to me now, right? And it's so funny because when I saw this, that the first thing I thought about was Despicable Me making weather machines. How many of you guys saw little cartoons growing up where the evil villain made a weather machine, right? They was telling us something. They were putting it in our brain in cartoon form so that we would not believe that it was even possible, right? I don't know what you call that. I don't know if that's really MK Ultra. I think there's another word that they call it where they somebody help me out. Where they kind of set you up to expect it, so when it happens, you're not so surprised. It's not MK Ultra. They actually have a word for or a phrase for it where people kind of, it was like in 2018, Brad Pitt came out with a movie called Contagion, right? And then next thing you know, the COVID pandemic happened, right? But Contagion told us everything we needed to know on what we needed to do. Look, the virus is going to happen. We're going to see a lot of people dead, panicking, frenzy, right? Okay, what is it? Subliminal message? Predictive programming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sunshine. Predictive programming. That's what it is, right? And so I was thinking about all the times when I was a kid, they used to talk about these weather machines, right? And it was one of those things where it was like a fantasy, right? But they were predictively programming us to think that the existence of it was absurd. And now we see that it's not. Now we see that it's not. Was it remote viewing? No, predictive programming is the word. They have to put it in your face, universal order. I mean, but I think it's one of those things where they put it in your face in a way to make you feel like it's absurd, like it can't be reality, when really, it is something that's already reality, and they're just kind of, trying to make it seem like it's not. The world does not belong to us. We are simply passing through, and we destroy lives before passing. Why is that? This has to stop. Well, here's the thing, when you think about, and again, if you're not a spiritual person, then my assessment of things is not going to resonate with you, because I look at the world and what's happening, in the world through the lens of Bible prophecies. So as much as I feel awful for these people who are going through natural disasters, who are in war-torn countries, who are going through civil unrest, the chaos in even my own country, I understand that these are the signs of the times that, our brother John the Elder told us to look for in the Revelation. And of course, there were always going to be like food shortages, pestilence, earthquakes in one place after another. But I think Brother John was telling us that there's going to be a time in human history where these things were going to be on a global scale. They weren't going to be isolated. And you were going to see, a bulk of humanity going through these things. And we do see now that the world has progressed, where we're seeing a large number of humanity going through these things. So, there's only escalation to these things. And so I just look for the signs that Brother John tell us to look out for, and I just keep it moving. I keep my prayers up, and I pray for the honest-hearted ones. Like I told, my brothers and sisters before, we knew when the nation of Israel, and I'm not talking about these folks today, I'm talking about the ancient Israelites. We knew when the ancient Israelites were in covenant with their God, they wanted for nothing. They had a protective hedge. It was the minute they started getting out of covenant with their God that not so cool things started happening for them. So for my believers, we have nothing to lose but just staying in covenant. We see how this world is going. We see how crazy these folks are. They out here playing with the weather. We have nothing to lose keeping covenant and keeping our honor to God at this point. And I bet you a lot of the people who are doing that, they're not as stressed as some of these people. They're not as perplexed. They're not as chaotic as some of these people because they have the peace of God, right? They're hedged by their Lord. So, they praying for other folks that they learn how to get on to the Lord. You know what I mean? That's right. When you put your faith in the right things, you're going to get that hedge. When you disown yourself and give it to your Lord, I don't worry about stuff. I see the world falling apart and I'm just like, save me, Lord. Keep me safe. And that's all I'm doing. I'm keeping and he's been doing it for me. 6,000 years they have been doing this time over time. How much do I weigh? It is not nice to ask a woman her weight. And I got, don't be asking me about my weight, sir. But, I'm not fat. I don't think I'm fat. Well, I have 3 kids, so I have mom bod. So I'm not skinny. I'm not fat. I feel like I'm just normal. But Al Ward, I believe you may be onto something with that. What did Al Ward say? See, y'all got me talking about weight loss. Hold to. What did Al say 6 years ago? The same thing. It's fine to ask when you're interesting. Yeah. So listen, you guys. Pray for our people in Florida. If you don't know what a Category 5 hurricane looks like, just go look at some videos. This will help you to sympathize better with some of these people. Please, 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 if you have it in your heart to give support, do it, but make sure that you guys just vet the organizations because this is scammer season. Through tragedy, the scammers come out, y'all. So just, do your due diligence. Don't just be giving your highly inflated dollars to just own any old thing, all right? But yeah, and then check out this video on Brush Junkie right now. She posted this about 42 minutes ago. So if you're interested in her assessment, weird behavior before Florida landfall. Now she's going more conspiratorial than I am. That's what, let me just kind of go in because her and this dude,
I bring up these technologies are not top secret. These patents and things, I don't want to go into it again, but we've done a lot of content on the patents and this technology, and it's public knowledge. It's nothing kept secret. It's just a lot of people aren't paying attention.
So, and that's the thing. It's public knowledge that the government has this equipment to create and manipulate the weather. But here's the thing. Even though it's public information, they're not shouting it to the rooftops, right? There's a lot of stuff that is public, but it takes the right super sleuths to actually find it and put it out there because they're not going to put it out there, right? So how many people actually really knew that there were weather machines out there beyond just thinking that there might be, right? And a lot of people don't know that. If you say it to somebody, they may think it sounds absurd, right? But here we go. It's public record. They're manipulating the weather. Central West Florida is going to get, pray for Central West Florida. So, I heard Tampa. I got some friends in Tampa, and they're just like, well, we're out of here. We don't know what is going to happen because it looks like they might be getting a good portion of that too. I remember when Hurricane Ivan hit in 2004, it was a Category 3, and it was bad. Okay, so Lorenz is saying Ivan was bad, and it was a Category 3. I'm looking at this Category 5 footage, and I'm seeing winds it's like a house of cards. I'm seeing houses just fold like cards. You know what I mean? This is really, really sad. And anybody making narratives or politicizing this, you deserve to go to hell with gasoline on your drawers because you're a wicked person. These people need prayers, And so if you guys do see that video of those little ignorant people talking about, they deserve it, it's God doing this to them, just understand that those people belong to their father, the devil. All right? All right? What is it? A greenhouse is literally people making rain clouds in artificial conditions. But that's not a greenhouse, sir. That is a whole weather machine. That's not a greenhouse, what they doing. You just saw what they were doing. That was a whole machine making clouds. And I've never seen a greenhouse make clouds like that. Can we please tap the screen as we listen to my queen? Oh yeah, please hit that like button and subscribe, please, please, please. And thank you so much, Al. I love you, bro. Look into the HARP system. Oh my God. I'm glad you said that, Fred. I'm glad you said that, Fred, because HARP was trending on Twitter. And I was wondering why HARP was trending on Twitter. And then right when I saw HARP trending on Twitter, I kid you not, this is when I heard that Milton was a Category 5. I'm like, what are the odds? What are the odds? They dropped some type of aluminum stuff in the clouds, a type of dust. And this guy is just saying that it's like hydrogen. It's nothing. I don't think he mentioned aluminum. Say hello to Brazil. Hey, Brazil, what's up? What's up? I pray that you guys are doing well over there, right? But aluminum. Did they mention aluminum in there? What did this guy say?
That gave Florida continuous cloud cover wealthy.
This is not no greenhouse. This is a whole machine.
Cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor.
So he's saying it's just hydrogen and oxygen. He didn't mention any aluminum in these clouds, but he's saying that it's just hydrogen and oxygen. But if you guys saw that cloud, this is a huge cloud that this thing created. I look like Lil Wayne. You probably look like Lil Wayne's toes, but I'm not complaining. Go on somewhere with that. But this is sad. This is sad, and like I said, y'all keep your prayers up. There is much to pray for. There is much to pray for. Even these little wicked trolls that come up in here trying to deflect the conversation with their ignorance. But Category 5, some people are feeling like this is suspect. Sometimes, this is hurricane season for Florida, yes. But the conspiracy theorists are out to play. The conspiracy theorists are out to play. And they're saying, hey, they out here making these rain clouds, y'all. They out here making rain clouds. We know they're out here making rain clouds. And what are the chances? I mean, wasn't Florida hit with the Helene too? So, I mean, this is like, dang. All right. Hey, Rain isn't, I like to practice. You practice black magic? Well, we'll pray for your ass, because that's only going to lead you down a very bad road. I was actually in a Twitter space with a guy who formerly practiced demonology. So you guys are probably on the same wavelength. And this dude talked about why he had to go back to Jesus. But it was kind of crazy, though, because the guy who taught him demonology said that the requirement of demonologists you have to believe in Jesus. Nothing will work if you don't believe in Jesus. And that's just the open rebellion of all of what you're doing. So you keep on practicing that black magic. I'm sure everything in your life is working out just fine. Probably not. But anyways, y'all, love Jesus. That's right. Jesus is king, and all praise to him. Y'all black magic folks, we gonna pray for y'all. We gonna pray that y'all get some Yahusha, some Jesus, right? Because it's not gonna fare well for you. The devil is a liar. The devil is a manipulator. Everything he does sucks. everything he does ruins things for us, right? So you keep on practicing that black magic. But anyways, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Keep your prayers up. Stay close to God. Stay close to God, right? Stay close to God. Love your brothers and sisters of all colors and pray for your brothers and sisters of all colors, all right? And again, if you want to support these people out in Florida, all I can just tell y'all is just vet these organizations because it's a lot of scammers out there and you want to actually make sure these people are getting help. So, prayers up. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Was there anything else on my radar? I really wanted to just talk about the hurricane people and make sure that people are talking about them, making sure that people are having them in their prayers. I mean, Diddy, all this other crap, man. Like, these are distractions. You know, people are going through stuff in this world, and we got to keep our brothers and sisters in our prayers. All right. And that's all I got. I don't even want to talk about anything else. I mean, I'm looking at Hurricane Milton intensifies. I mean, people are trying to prep as much as they can. I'm just looking at these people prepping. I'm like, how do you prep for a category 5? How do you prep for this? I mean, is there even a best practice prepping for this? I feel bad for these people. I don't even know what this little thing they're putting up, like, it doesn't even look like, it's not even a solid structure. This is like something the wind could just knock over, but I guess it's like a little layer of protection. But oh, pray for these people, y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. I'm tired. You know, my eyes feel tired right now, so that's how I know I need to get off of here. But I'll do a longer one, probably this weekend, and we can chop it on up about some stuff, right? I'm not going to talk about, you know, some of the usual suspect stuff. We're going to talk about some unifying stuff. Because these are the last days, y'all, and you got to create your tribe of believers, right? Because, you know, they say where 2 or more of God's people are, his spirit is, right? Where 2 or more of God's people are, his spirit is. So stay close to God's people, y'all. Just stay close to God's people and keep your prayers up. Bye.